Hi guys, welcome to Satya News. Now I am here with a new topic, definite integrations. Before starting this, please check out our indefinite integration series because without indefinite integrations, we can't do definite integrations. Okay? First of all, what is the difference between indefinite integrations and indefinite integrations? In the heading itself, it says indefinite means there is no end to the limits. But here, definite means there is some end to that function and after integrating it. So, a function is represented in the form of definite integrations as a to integration limit x a to b f of x dx. These a and b are limits. For example, in the graphical manner, let us assume that this is as a function f of x. And this is a and this is b. This meaning is the area under the curve in the region of a to b. This is the region. So after this integration results in this area. We can do it in two ways. One is by graphical method and one is directly by formula. Let us assume that after integrating f of x, it will become g of x. Okay? G of x plus c. In indefinite integration, we will write plus c, but in definite, we will not. Because after integrating g of f of x dx, it becomes g of x plus c. And there are limits. So, the limits are written as like this. If we apply these limits, the further function will become g of b plus c minus of g of a plus c. This is the way of using limits. So, the final answer becomes g of b plus c minus of g of a minus c. See here, c get cancels. That means there is no constant left out. Only the left function is g of b minus g of a. So that is the reason there is no c in definite integrations. Finally, what we got? Integration of f of x dx from a to b results with g of b minus g of a. Okay? Let's discuss a problem now. Let's take a simple problem, integration of x square dx, limits from 0 to 2. As in indefinite integrations, how we do this? The simple manner, right? What is the integration of x power n? It is x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Similarly, x square, put the value of n and we get the answer 2 power n by 2 plus 1, that is x cube by 3. Right? In definite integrations, we get the same answer x cube by 3, and the extra we have to do is to apply limits 0 to 2. First apply the upper limit and next lower limit. It is 2 cube by 3 minus of 0 cube by 3. What is 2 cube? 8 by 3 minus 0, which is nothing but 8 by 3. By seeing this, what we understood, for doing a definite integrations, 90% of indefinite integration concept is required and the last 10% is applying the limits. That's it. And here we can find that in all indefinite integrations, the final function we get is in terms of x But in definite integration, the final product we get is in terms of rational numbers or a perfect number. There are many properties in definite integrations. I am going to discuss it now. First one, if a function is like this or an integral part is like this, you can write it as b to a f of x dx, and here we get the symbol minus. As by reversing the limits, just only we have to do minus, and this is result same. Okay. The next property, integration a to b f of x dx is equals to integration a to b f of a plus b minus x dx. This is a property very important for JEE mains. They have asked many questions on this. So please remember it. Integration of f of x dx equals to integration of f of a plus b minus x. I will show a few examples for all this. See, for the first property, example. I will take a small function, integration x dx. Okay. From limits, let's take 0 to 1. By normally integrating, what we get, x square by 2, limits are from 0 to 1, 1 minus 0, 1 by 2 minus 0, that we get 1 by 2. Now let's take this, integration of b. What is b? 1. See, a is 0, b is 1. And here we are reversing the limits. So b is 1 and 0 minus of x dx. This is the function. Forget about this and do this. X square by 2 minus 1 to 0. Applying the limits, minus of 1 by 2. Here minus of minus, we get plus. So we got the same answer, 1 by 2, 1 by 2. Nothing but these both are same. Okay. Now going to the next property. This is a very important property. Let's take an example. Integration of x square dx. Here we take limits as 1 to 2. Okay. What is integration of x square? It is x cube by 3. Limits 1 to 2. It becomes 8 by 3. As I said before. And now use this. Integration of same limits are same, 1 to 2. F of x means f of a plus b minus x means in terms of x we have to add a plus b and subtract x. What are a plus b? 1 to 2. 1 plus 2, 3 minus x whole square dx. By expanding it, we get 9 plus x square minus 6x 1 to 2 whole dx. Now integrate it. 9x plus x cube by 3 minus 6x square by 2. Limits are from 1 to 2. Applying limits, I am writing it up. Applying limits, 9 into 2 plus 2 cube by 3 minus 6 into 2 square by 2 minus of 1. 9 plus 1 by 3 minus 6 by 2. See, right? Okay. 2 1s, 2 3s, 2 1s, 2 3s. 9 2s are 18 plus 8 by 3 minus 4 12s minus 9 minus 1 by 3 plus 3. Okay. See here. Do the cancellations. 18 minus 9 9, 9 plus 3 12, plus 12 minus 12 cancels. Sorry here. 9 by 3 here. We get 8 by 3. See, 8 by 3, 8 by 3. It is nothing but same. Hence proved this is equals to this. A minus x property or else integration of 0 to a f of x dx is nothing but integration 0 to a f of a minus x dx. This is same as a plus a minus x property, so I am not resolving it. I have given all the properties and the formulas in the description. The reflection property, it is integration of a to b f of x dx is equals to integration of minus b to minus a f of minus x dx. Okay, now we will discuss some problems. The problem is integration of minus pi by 2 to 0 under root cos x minus cos cube x dx. Think it for a while. Okay guys, I will solve it. Taking cos x common, we get integration of minus pi by 2 to 0 root of cos x to 1 minus cos square x. That is equals to integration of minus pi by 2 to 0. 1 minus cos square x is sin square x and root and square get cancels. Sin x into root cos x into dx. If you assume cos x as t, see cos x as t, on differentiating we get minus sin x equals to dt by dx. Minus sin x dx equals to dt. So it becomes integration of, and one main important thing is, if we take something as, or something we assume as t, then the limits get changed. We have to apply these limits in the x and we have to write the limits in terms of t. Okay, now the limits becomes, if we put minus pi by 2 in the function that which we have assumed t, we get cos of minus pi by 2 as, what is cos pi by 2? It's nothing but 0. It is 0. And what is cos 0? Applying the higher limit, cos 0 is 1. So here we get 0 to 1 minus of root t dt. Okay? Integration of root t, that is t power 1 by 2, 0 to 1 dt, t power 1 by 2 plus 1 by 1 by 2 plus 1, applying limit 0 to 1. T power 1 by 2 plus 1 means t power 3 by 2 minus 2 by 3. Limits are from 0 to 1. Applying limits, the final answer will be 2 minus 2 by 3. Okay. I have given this clear answer in description. You can check it there. And this is homework problem. Integration of x by sin x dx. Limits are from 0 to pi. That's it for today. Please like, share, subscribe our channel Satya News. Thank you.